Hello, dear friends. Millions of people seek alternative news every day because they are dissatisfied with the official version of events. Opinion piece. The Great Escape. Divide and conquer. The awakening breaks out. The storm is coming. Truth has a price. The goddess of prosperity. Personal empowerment. Unconventional views. David Wilcock is missing. Let's start. The Great Escape is a 1963 war film produced and directed by John Sturges, based on events at the Stalag Luft 3rd prisoner of war camp near the town of Zagam, Poland. The Germans, tired of the airmen's escape attempts, decided to group the most dangerous airmen in one place, a maximum security prison camp with expert guards from which it is said to be impossible to escape, an allegory of the Matrix. To escape is to turn away from something bad or harmful, to avoid harm, displeasure, or discomfort. According to Peter B. Mayer, millions of human beings are discovering the truth of all over the world. The walls of division are crumbling, and the weak are panicking. Initiates are breaking ranks at various times, for they see that silence is not an option, given the direction of the world is taking. People see that their world is changing, and they want to understand what is happening and why. They want to be informed and prepared. They want the freedom to make informed decisions, rather than being told what to do by the same people who have ruined the economy. The awakening comes at a price. It can be difficult to process. Above all, it is even harder to convince others and open their eyes. The important thing is to see all these injustices that could easily have been avoided. It's not enough to explain it. They have to see it for themselves to be convinced. It is sad to see how people who are not awake, who have no idea what is really going on, are being tossed around. But even that is an engineered search, although it can help everyone to come to their senses and understand the current reality. Millions of people turn to alternative news sources and try to understand what is happening, and stumble upon realities they have never before considered or imagined. When the truth is known, the awakened are responsible for sharing it, but also for enjoying it. The hour is late. The time frame in which we live is awkward, requiring optimal awareness and swift action. The truth comes at a price. It is the end of the illusions on which people have based their lives. Many now feel lost and frightened. The chaos provoked serves exactly that purpose, but at the same time it is a huge boost to the human being spirit, spurred by an emerging consciousness and a deep sense of growing personal empowerment. Many may not recognize these emergent, seemingly confusing, energetic shifts as the creative process at work. Awakening is first and foremost a transformative process, removing the unreal and that which inhibits personal development. Divide and conquer, deception, reverse name changes of subjects and players, fraudulent deception, advanced technologies. Positive means negative, freedom means war, etc. Awareness is the answer. Fear is the ultimate means of control. Joy in nature, be yourself and know who you are. Only honest and sincere souls have a chance to pass the test to the 5D world. News. Saudi Arabia and Russia announced a new oil strategy that would change the world market. Kiev demands SpaceX choose sites after the company limited military use of Starlink for Ukraine. Russian forces regained the initiative in Ukraine. Jordan Peterson sets out a pro-humankind alternative to the Davos Forum. Benjamin Fulford believes a blockchain-based internet will replace the oligopoly-controlled one. Journalist Seymour Hersh writes that the US destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline. Former White House physician Ronnie Jackson has called for Joe Biden to undergo cognitive testing after he appeared to be lost on stage once again. IRS tells taxpayers in 22 states to delay filing taxes. Gold prices finish lower ahead of the January inflation report. Mexico's central bank raises its interest rate to a new record high of 11%. Curious. Secret document on Hitler's escape declassified. On 20th June 1945, Hitler was transported to Argentina with a disfigured face. Geologists discover gold and lithium deposits in India. Giant sweat over 2 meters long and a mirror to kill demons found in a tomb in Japan. The Nephilim were a legendary race of hybrid giants born as a result of their natural union between fallen angels and women. Chinese satellite emits green lasers over the Hawaiian Islands. Chinese officials claim the satellite is studying air pollution. The probability of a strong solar flare in response to a sudden profusion of large sunspots has doubled. Scientists discover part of the sun has broken off. Scientists have been left puzzled after a part of the sun's surface broke off and began to spin like a vortex around the sun's north pole, according to Dr. Tamita Skov. The discovery of 12 new moons around Jupiter breaks Saturn's record. Reflections. The money changers seem to choose Christian nations to wage war against each other. Why? When you understand that your physical body is an avatar for God to experience the physical world, you become a force of nature. Mother Earth is a conscious, sentient being. She is alive. She is the one in charge here. She can change our life in a single day through earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or weather events. Let us not underestimate her because she is very powerful. Elon Musk believes that something strange is happening, in quotes. The next ice age is coming. Sea levels are stable worldwide, and there is no rising ocean crisis, according to data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. David Wilcock hasn't been heard from in 5 months. His fans have panicked because David has been missing for 5 months. His fan base has formed an investigation team to find out what happened to him. The bad news is that they believe he has been kidnapped. Opinions. Healing your lineage by Battle Bar. Healing your lineage means changing your beliefs about certain ways of living and how you perceive that life. Changing old habits that no longer serve you, such as corporal punishment at home and school, family abuse, addictions, unhealthy eating habits are just a few examples. Puffness said, all our internal problems related to spouse, immediate immediate family and friends, our financial position, our health, our work ethic, and our understanding of these elements are necessary for our long-term survival rate. We have been waiting for these major changes for the last decade, and they are all here. This was predicted a couple of decades ago. The Chinese elders have shown many things over the years, mainly compassion for humankind. In Chinese mythology, there is a goddess who pours prosperity from the goat in her palm on people, and her name is Guanyin, the goddess of mercy, and she is a very important figure in the dissertations of the elders. It's quite amazing to see the actual film unfold with such clarity. The script calls for many changes during these times. This means financial, political, religious systems, as well as the earth itself grumbling as both magnetic and spiritual stresses are applied. All the various organizations that have hand in the welfare of our humankind are very active at this time, and much is happening on the side of the elders. To be prepared for these changes, we have to be very careful about our health. The function of a humankind is to live, not simply. The function of a human being, is to live, not simply to exist. Conspiracies. The Siren Song by the Brick House Dispatch. Fifth generation warfare is the essence of Sun Tzu first principle. In quotes, all warfare is based on deception. This war doesn't employ soldiers, tanks, or bombs. It infiltrates the mind to program, weaponize, and deceive unsuspecting targets into embracing their self-destruction. The followers of the cult of the new normal are not aware of their status as followers. They are simply normal, rational people who do what they are told by those in charge of their security. For the 80% of the population with the white sheep gene, trust in the system is dogma, and any idea that challenges it is instinctively rejected, regardless of IQ. For the 20% with the black sheep gene, the opposite is true. The black sheep are scattered throughout the flock. Most families have at least one member with unconventional views. Instead of blaming manufacturers for their faulty products, consumers were told to blame their neighbors, acquaintances, and relatives, and many did so without a second thought. The white sheep disowned their own relatives when Big Brother told them to do so, and then they wonder why the black sheep are so paranoid. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.